have a game plan. When you prepare for what you want, you're more likely to get it. You strategize, you pin out a roadmap. It's just good to have direction. And it's a discipline to map out the strategy, but it's better to be disciplined with direction than having hope with none. So you always want to put your best effort into creating a really dope game plan or strategy. Good morning to you, good day to you, good evening to you. Whatever time of day it is that you are watching this, I wish you the absolute best. My name is Freed. Welcome to The Art of Being Freed. This is a show that focuses on growth mindset for creatives. With 2024 3.5 months away, do you have any big goals that you're looking to achieve before the end of the year? Well, these are 3 keys that will help you to not only achieve those goals, but persist and push through when you don't want to keep going. So a while back, I took this training with a gentleman named Sean Cannell, and he is the author of a book called YouTube Secrets. He also runs the Think Media channel, awesome channel for video creators. And these are 3 takeaways that I got from the training that I put my own kind of spin on, and I thought I'd share it with you so that you can persist towards your goals, whether you're wanting to finish your goals for 2023 or game plan to make a momentous 2024. So let's dive into them. So first things first, have a game plan. When you prepare for what you want, you're more likely to get it. You strategize, you pin out a roadmap. It's just good to have direction, right? And it's a discipline to map out the strategy, but it's better to be disciplined with direction than having hope with none. So you always want to put your best effort into creating a really dope game plan or strategy. I was listening to this lady recently, and she was talking about every big project that you take on, you should spend at least 80% of your time preparing for that project. This way, when you get into that project, you already know where to go. Every element is in place for you to succeed because you put everything out there already. You see it, right? If you see it, it's clear. You've written it down versus just trying to go off of memory. That's why I always recommend to have a journal of some sort with you. So that way you can pin your ideas, you can pin your thoughts, you can pin your strategy. You don't want to rely on your memory. So if you have something that you can look at and move towards a visual, you're more likely to make magic. There's an old parable about 2 men who were competing to chop down a tree, and one man just was vigorously chopping at the tree the whole time. He never stopped. The other man would move or go away, and then he'd come back and he'd actually chop down the tree before the other man did, and the other man just didn't know how, right? He'd been whacking at trees all day. And what happened was the guy who chopped the most trees down spent 80% of his time sharpening his axe, right? So when you think about the discipline versus the hope, when you have that preparation down, it's going to allow you to do more within the hour versus doing more hours. So have a game plan. So the next thing is mindset, having a growth mindset on top of that. Now your mindset's going to be your philosophy. A lot of people, they just jump into projects and they don't prepare, like we mentioned in that first point, and their mindset kind of wavers, their philosophy wavers when they don't have that game plan because they just jumped right into it. They weren't prepared for the setbacks. They weren't prepared to advance no matter what. A good mindset is going to understand that there's no such thing as 365 days of sunshine. So when you really hone in on what you want and you understand that you're willing to, persist no matter what, a good mindset is just going to take you very far. Like when I started this page, I was thinking to myself, and I could do all types of different things that I could talk about. I can talk about family, I can talk about my art, I can talk about relationships, I can talk about raising dogs, but none of that matters if the right mindset isn't in place. So that's why we always talk about, growth mindset here. It's that psychology that's going to push you forward, and it's also going to keep you ahead of the game. And I can tell you, having been doing this for, going on 2 years now, a lot of people, they quit, and they often quit because they just didn't expect it to be this tough, right? And this is just in particular talking about doing this podcast and just putting out content, but this can be applied to anything that you want to do in life. The proper mindset is going to take you very far. It's your foundation. I wrote this thing today and it said, I'm still building, but my foundation is solid, right? So if you have a strong mindset, you'll be able to weather the storm. You're always going to be building, but it starts with the foundation, which is your mindset. You know, your mindset is an energy, it's a frequency, it's a philosophy that should carry you through the ups and downs, but more than anything, put you in a position to look forward to hitting your goals with anticipation versus anxiety. And then we have support. I was interviewing this really gifted artist, and she talked about how you really only need the support of one person. One person is all it takes, and I totally agree. You don't necessarily need to get everyone's support. I know I've talked in the past about maybe not having support from people you know, but that doesn't always matter. When I was, doing my art earlier on, I wanted everybody to like my art. I wanted everybody to support me, and I was so disappointed when it didn't happen. But as I've grown, I've come to learn that, your projects are yours, and there are good ways to find support. And a big part of that is getting with the community, whether it's a LinkedIn group or a Facebook group. You can even get a paid community, a local community. For me, I do a community, and it's been great for me because, there have been times where, I was going to just quit doing this. In fact, recently I stopped, posting on Instagram. I just wanted to take some time out and, enjoy my family, enjoy my summer. It's very tedious to do this. I edit all the videos. I'm a one-man team. And someone from my community actually reached out and they told me, they were like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. And then another person did the exact same thing. And it really kind of made me feel like, wow, people do care. People are looking out. And that's the power of a community. That inspired me. I've been sharing content every day since then. And I've created so much now that it's easy to just put it out. And that's because I game planned. But again, there are going to be times where you're not really into it, and you're going to want to be around a group of strong people who will push you up or lift you up when you're feeling down, and will also hold you accountable, okay, when you're not showing up every day like you're supposed to be. So a good community is going to take you a long way. The bottom line is, when you make the decision to do something big, these are the keys behind the scenes that no one sees. This is the grunt work on the back end. The things that keep you going when you want to, just give up. And having a game plan, having a strong growth mindset, and most importantly, having a support group that can, hold you up, lift you up, put you in the right place, and you keep you going, right? Cheering you on, rooting you on. When you're showing up on your goals every day, privately or publicly, these three things are definitely going to just push you in the right direction for the long term. So, get to work, get after your goals. 3.5 months left in 2023 before we hit the new year. So let's kick it into gear and get some massive momentum going into the new year. Now, I'd be curious to know if you've tried out any of these three things, if you've worked at any of these three things, which one was most effective to you. Is there anything that you'd like to add? If so, leave it in the comments. Let's get a dialogue going. We could start a community in the comments, honestly. I left a comment on Instagram the other day and it got like 500 likes and 60 comments. Now I have a mini community, that I can access, right? Because of that one common thread, that I hit on. So if this message hit, please share it with your community. Like, subscribe. We're still growing the channel. Appreciate everything that you're doing. Big surprise coming next month, so stay tuned. Appreciate you making it this far into the video. If you need an accountability partner, hit me up in the comments. Until next week, this is your guy Freed with the Art of Being Freed, and I will see you soon. Peace.